Hello, I want to show you the way of your online. Hello. Now I would like to show you the way of your online computation and solving the questions. When you log into to our online judging system, you can see this screen. So you just click Start, then it will come to here. Let's see there is a communication. If you have any question, just give your question here. We will have someone to answer you. And then this is documentation for Chinese, and then statement. Okay, this is the statement for Hello, welcome to our competition. Now I would like to show you the way of your online competition, which means that you need to solve the questions. So when you get in here, you will see this screen, and you just click this star to start your programming. This is the second screen. So you will see the overview here. And then you can see the communication. On the communication, we do have a place for you to bring up your questions. Don't hesitate to key in any questions to let us know. And then we do have documentations here. This is Chinese, and we do have different version of the explanation. This is the GMCC competition. Scratch analysis system instruction. There are several questions in our GMCC competition. For each question, you need to write a project through the Scratch code to solve the question. To input the data is entered through a query box. So with these query boxes, you need to ask some questions, taken as the input testing data, which means that your input data is by the query box. After you use answers your question from the keyboard, your program has to calculate the answer to the question. So we are using the answer as a variable for our system to judge your answer is correct or not. When you execute the program, you can check whether your answer is right or wrong. If your code is correct, then you can submit your program to the analyzer system. When you write for each question, your code must be covered by one green flag click, which means this one, and ending by stop all. These two blocks or your program body got to be covered inside these two blocks. Start the execution, just click the green flag to start block. Do not use any comments that are not related to your calculation, such as action, sound effect, modify screen color, or detect the mouse, keyboard, etc. To get the data, please use the ask and wait block. Okay, this is the way we get your input data in sensing, and set your data value to the variable that you created. Also get the program answer to the answer. So this answer is very important. It's a critical variable for us to judge your answer is correct or not. Through the asking which block, it is the answer that Scratch analyzer will take to compile the result. When answering data, you must enter the data value correctly. Though, through the say blocks and the looks block group, just answer the required info and don't add other words. After all the codes answered correctly, after all the codes answered correctly, you must end your program with the stop or block. After you wrote the program, you can perform the preliminary test according to the description of question before submitting, or you can also submit it directly. Then you should submit your project to the Scratch Analyzer to grading. The submit method is as follows. You must first download the completed program file. The format is .sp3 to your computer and upload the Scratch Analyzer. You can wait for grading or come back later to see your scores. The size of the file is limited to 1 megabyte. If it exceeds the limit, it may due to your project contains unnecessary picture, audio, or video files. You can remove such shapes, sounds, videos, background elements that are not related to the program in your Scratch project to get a smaller Scratch project file. So that's the key points for you when you answering the questions you must understand. Now I would like to show you the way of coding. If you want to do your coding, you can log on to the Scratch in MIT website, just like this one. Let me read the question first. The question number 1, 8 to numbers. Please use Scratch to write a program or a project to calculate the sum of the two numbers. This tool should ask the robot twice and enter, and each time the robot will answer you an integer. This tool must. Now I will show you the questions. This is the question for Scratch. Question number 1, 8 to numbers. Please use Scratch to write a code or a project to calculate the sum of two numbers. This tool should ask the robot twice, and each time the robot will answer you an integer. This tool must answer the robot, what is the sum of these two numbers? The robot guarantees that the integers, he said, must be between 0 and 100. Example process. So when you run it, executing this code, the first one, the program starts from the when green flag clicked, which means the big small green flag. Number 2, program asks something and waits for robot to answer 13. Number 3, the program asks something and waits the robot answer 25. After the calculation is complete, say 38, the program ends with the stop or block. Okay, let me minimize the screen and I will show you here. In here you can see the code. I already entered the MIT, or you can using the offline. This is online. This is online editor, and you can also using the offline editor like this one. But if you want to using the offline, you got to have the offline version of Scratch installed. But this time I will using the online. So the online code is just like this one. You are starting with the when green flag clicked and ending by the O stop all. And inside these two blocks, there are 5 commands. The first block says ask A and wait. The second block using the set A to answer. And the third command block says ask B and wait. Next one is set B to answer. So these 4 blocks means that the way we input the data for the code, the program, to sum up with these 2 numbers. Then it says, say A plus B for 10 minutes. Okay, so your answer will be here. Let me run this program. When starting the program, it will ask you the number. So we get to enter the number like this one. To 18 to enter the 13, then next one 25 for B, A for 13. Okay, then click this. And then 25 for the next one. Then the computer will sum up with A and B, and for the system to judge the results to see if it is true or not. If you are answered correctly, you can get points. Okay, this is the way of coding process. After you finish the coding, you got to submit. You are at B3. So let's come back here to your MIT account. Then in the file, you can set to your computer. This is your code. Actually, I have this code to download to my desktop already. This is it. This is it. Okay, here. So the submission work is like this way. You just click this one and then select the file. Sorry for this is in Chinese, but Chinese means selected file. So we can click this one and then submit. Okay, this one is selected file. Okay, then submit it. So when submitted, it will also scoring. Okay, you got full score, 20 scores on this item and this section, and you get the full score of 20. Okay, this is the way what I show you to submit your files.